Jeffrey Epstein. You want to know an interesting fact
I
about
do.
Jeffrey Epstein?
He's a very
Take
interesting.
a photo of Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
And you hold up a $20 bill.
Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein looks like he's on the $20 bill.
Join us for Conspiracy Crypto Pirates. Arr.
Ahoy, matey!
Ahoy!
How's it going?
Not too bad, and yourself?
Not too bad, considering we're on episode 3 already.
All right, episode 3.
3! We're doing it.
Right? Oh.
That's why you're the first mate. I'm used to it by now.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm used to.
the sharks bit off all the other fingers. So what's new in the crypto space?
New in the crypto space? That is an interesting question. Tether had a big, I think it was a $225 million freeze on human trafficking. Like they froze
Tether.
accounts on human trafficking, which Tether is pretty much tied to the US dollar. So one Tether is $1 US.
Okay. Gotcha. And is Tether... I guess Tether would be technically a stable coin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Okay. So why was it frozen?
Human traffickers. So there's a human trafficking ring that over in Europe, and that was on, I think that happened on the 19th or Friday, before the 19th, and there was big questions on what the 19th was going to do and what it was going to be.
Interesting. Yeah, because I think there's a lot of rumors around the ISO 222, along with everything else, and just a lot of crypto stuff was happening that day.
Yes, yeah.
So was Tether that? Was it all of Tether that was locked up, or was it just like a certain transaction?
Just about 225, somewhere around there, million dollars or Tethers worth of cryptos.
Gotcha. And who was the parties involved? Do they know? Or do you know?
I mean, they probably know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't dive down that deep of the rabbit
You don't
hole.
want to get that sketchy? No.
But do you know what that does remind me of?
What's that?
Jeffrey Epstein. You want to know an interesting fact
I
about
do.
Jeffrey Epstein?
He's a very interesting.
Take a photo of Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
And you hold up a $20 bill.
Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein looks like he's on the $20 bill.
No way.
So.
Is it Andrew Jackson?
Yeah, Andrew Jackson
is
on the $20 bill. But if you hold them up next to each other, well.
They're like doppelgangers?
I guess, kind of, yeah.
No way.
Or more rumors about that, or conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But on that side of things, they would say that he's more of, I'm not that deep into like the werewolves and all that kind of stuff, but he's one of those...
Shapeshifters?
No.
Oh. I got excited there for a minute. Shapeshifter!
That would be even more creepy.
That would be... But doesn't... Andrew Jackson, doesn't he have like a scar on his lip or something?
He does. There's a scar on the lip, and that same... No, I think it's on the right-hand side.
Okay.
Is the same one that's on the dollar bill. Or on the $20 bill.
So you're saying that Epstein has the same scar as Andrew Jackson on the lip?
At least that's what the photo shows. I don't know how true the photos are because I've never met Jeffrey Epstein in person. Nope, I've never been to his island.
But that is crazy. Like, that there would be that similar.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's just similar, it's still weird.
Yeah.
But having the same scars, that's taking it to the next step.
That is like, that's weird. Like, scar, like, yeah, you have people that look similar, but like you said, to the exact scar thing, that's weird. That is so weird. I know.
But then that big, what?
No, go ahead.
For it.
No, go ahead.
So that begs the question, is, like, if Jeffrey Epstein was Andrew Jackson, no, not Andrew Jackson, who's the guy on the $20 bill?
Isn't I just went blank. Isn't it Andrew Jackson?
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking Michael Jackson.
Now that would be
just
weird.
singing out there.
Then I would believe him as a shapeshifter.
But Andrew Jackson and Jeffrey Epstein
Yeah.
are the same person, then we would have that question of, did he really die? Because if he was that powerful and he's lived that long, do you think he's going to not have an escape route? Just saying.
So I think now this is probably another conspiracy theory that we'll have to dive down deeper into, but that sounds like the
Mount Rushmore?
No, account of some English name, but supposedly I've heard rumors where he basically never dies, like he lives forever type of thing, and supposedly, he was around in Europe for decades. He went through many kings and did stuff with many kings. Was really into high society, so like people knew him as an individual. And like, I think there was a rumor where this like 90-year-old lady is like, I met him when I was like 14, and she's 90, and she's like, he looks.
Was it on an island?
Yeah, but what I think they say that they saw him in America, and maybe he is Jeffrey Epstein /
maybe Andrew Jackson. Not Michael, Andrew.
But that one will be a very interesting one to dive into.
Yes,
that conspiracy is a really interesting one for sure.
Okay, all right.
But I heard a funny, it's kind of funny story around crypto in general. It was in Poland. It was like a government city building in Poland.
Okay, where Poland, you're talking about where the big famous concentration camp that Hitler had was in Poland, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't know if it's the same facility, but in Poland there is a government building. It sounds like more like a local government type building, and one of the janitors like saw this weird wire running off, so he followed the wire.
Yeah.
And underneath the floorboards was like a server rack with like 16 servers and like all these processors, and it was mining Bitcoin on the government's dime. Using their power.
You gotta hide the cord a little bit better. Yeah. Great job, but just
come to find out, it was like the IT guy of the facility had this mining rig under the floorboards.
That is amazing.
He's being charged with like stealing electricity or
grand
something.
larceny of electricity.
But it's hilarious. Like what people will go to do things is hilarious.
Right.
Pretty soon we'll probably have a server rack in the pirate ship back there.
Well, don't tell my boss this is here.
I'll make you walk the plank.
Oh my.
But yeah, any other interesting tidbits you found this week?
Well, talking about planks. Mm-hmm. So when you walk the plank, do you have your feet tied? And if your feet are tied, then why is it called walking the plank, not hopping the plank?
I shouldn't laugh.
No,
it wasn't that good. But do we know if their feet are tied all the time?
Maybe you gotta allow a little bit of wiggle room so they can waddle.
Maybe
waddling the plank.
My question is, at what point do you tie the cannon to their feet?
Well, you don't want to get rid of a cannon, but if you have
like an old cannon, like that cracked.
Oh, maybe when they took over or whatever.
Yeah, and it happens happens all the time.
Most definitely.
When you are raiding.
Yeah, and you're just throwing quickly a cannon before anyone else gets there. You're just chucking cannon. Oh, this one's bad.
Or you're pillaging a town in China, grab one of their cannons, and it breaks.
The metals. You don't want to use a Chinese if it's with Chinese metal. Talking about that.
Yeah.
Did you know that the New Bay Bridge going into San Francisco, they had to ship all the metal beams from China because America's factories don't do those size of beams. We used to be able to do them, but when we were giving all our manufacturing over to China, we stopped doing that.
No way.
Yeah. Just a random interesting fact.
That is very interesting.
Nothing to do about anything, but Like and subscribe if you want to see more gorgeous locks like these.
Oh man. But so I don't know if you looked and saw in the news today that Binance, well, I should say all of crypto's down today.
Okay.
By quite a bit, 3%, you know. It varies.
Yeah.
For crypto, it's down a decent amount. But a big reason why is because Binance, the crypto exchange, they basically are being thrown out of the U.S., which they kind of already were. But the basically the owner / CEO of Binance had criminal charges against him for money laundering, basically.
Okay.
And they're cracking down. They're making Binance pay. It's like the largest settlement in U.S. history of like $3.4 to $4 billion to settle.
Billion with a B.
With a B. Yeah. And and I know he came in, I think today for some hearing, but for a long time he was staying out of the U.S. because obviously he didn't want to get caught. But at the same time, what's interesting is there's been so many rumors because it was like, oh, if they pay the settlement, then Binance will be able to, you know, work in America. But it's looking like that they want Binance out, which, like I said, it kind of currently is anyway.
Gary Gensler wants everything out.
I know. I think it's a lot of just red tape and red flags going up, or red flags being like trying to suppress the market right now because we're not in April or May right now. And I think they're really trying to just suppress the market, and it's just kind of funny timing that all of this is starting to come out.
Yeah, talking about April and May, on the ISO 222 compliance, we were supposed to get into that, or a phase into that. Phase whatever, I don't know what phase it is, but on the 19th, we're supposed to phase into that. And during that week, we had that Tether story about freezing money to the traffickers. And then there was a couple banks, I think T2 banks.
Okay.
And what is that?
I think those are in Europe. Yeah.
Over in Europe, T2 banks in Europe, their banks were shut down for a small time during the weekend. But our banks really open during the weekend, so I don't really know how big of a play that played on it. But on the back end of things, like if you're swiping a card and you can't on the weekend, and you wanted to go see Taylor Swift's concert over there. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And what's funny is I've hardly seen anything about that. Like, even if it was a big thing in Europe, it seems like that would be all over the place. That's kind of crazy. I don't know if they're suppressing that.
I wouldn't.
Why would they suppressing it? Tell me.
I don't know why they would be suppressing it. That goes down into deep conspiracies that we've already done our conspiracy about the day.
Do you
Michael
know...
Jackson is on the $20 bill. And he's singing away.
Moonwalk. Maybe he'll do the moonwalk all the way with Dogecoin.
Maybe.
Do you know anything more about ISO 20022?
I think I'm out of frame, to be honest.
Are you?
Yeah.
How long has that been?
I don't know.
Huh.
Oh, fix it.
That's weird.
I think if you move the camera towards me a little bit.
Like this?
Yeah, the whole camera. Yeah. Give you a little bit of room on the cable.
Did I pull the cable?
You might have.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Bummer.
That's above my pay grade.
Should we stop it and see where we're at?
No, we can just do that in post.
Okay. I mean, I guess if it's bad enough, we won't cut to that camera. Do you want more?
A little bit more. Right there. More right there. Beautiful.
Okay.
And then we'll preview that and then go here. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties, as you probably noticed on the camera. Right?
Yeah, right. I thought I saw at the corner of my eye that I was like, oh,
right?
That's weird. But we were on a roll, so I didn't want to stop.
Yeah, I guess I'm a widescreen guy.
I already knew that.
Yeah.
ISO 20022.
Yes.
I know last time we briefly touched on it. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to maybe go into details of what it was or what it is, and then we kind of backed out because...
Oh! Come closer. Come closer. Conspiracy Crypto Pirates is a new show. And we need you to like and subscribe. Please do so. Oh, and don't forget to comment. Yeah, do that.
So, a brief description of ISO 222 is that it's pretty much... it's being compliant with different banking standards. So have you ever heard of the SWIFT?
Yeah.
SWIFT. So that is kind of like banking to banking transfers and all that, and making sure that your money that you spend on your credit card or your phone or whatever is being transferred from bank to bank, or your wire transfers, all that. So what ISO 222 is going to they're trying to replace that system with those.
Right. So basically it's like a more encrypted language between banks. Technology.
Kind of, yeah.
Communication standard.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure there's probably some technical guy
there is. Like I have written down like this very technical thing. Like ISO 2022 is an international standard for electronic data interchange between financial institutions. It is use of XML technology to provide a common platform for development of messages and business processes. You understand of this.
Oh, most definitely.
It covers all business domains and end-to-end business processes, and enables the creation of new services and enhances straight-through processing. I mean, of course, everybody knows this. It provides consistent, rich, and structured data that can be used for every kind of financial business transaction. I mean, where do I sign up? It is widely adopted by almost 200 market influencers driven initiative for payments and security transformation of projects. I mean, we all know that, and we all are on board. I'm not even sure why we're going over it, because it's common knowledge at this point.
Let me go to my Google Translate from nerd to normal folk.
Oh, man. But anyway, I think that's, in a nutshell, what it is.
So, yeah, but the interesting thing about being compliant with ISO 222, and that's 20022, not 2222.
I think I
it's a shortcut.
0 and 2.
Now that's the nerd side of me. But so the interesting thing about that is that there's only a few cryptos that are really ISO compliant.
Mm-hmm. And what two are those?
I think a while ago there used to be 6. I don't know if there's more.
Okay.
But some of the big ones are XRP, XLM.
I've heard those.
Which are Ripple and Stellar. And then you have X. What is that? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look on all of those. But you guys are supposed to be doing your research as well. So make sure you guys take a deep dive onto that, and we're here just to give you some news updates.
Right.
And also we want to teach you a little bit on little things here and there. We don't understand everything. We're here on the ride to crypto knowledge and finding those treasure chests of cryptos.
Yes, treasure chests. I like a treasure chest here and there.
Of a cryptos by the seashore with Sally.
Oh man, but I actually have another conspiracy theory.
2 in one day.
I know.
Do we?
Is it too much?
Well, we were already invested.
Let's do it. So did you know that
Well, you
Pearl
gotta-
Harbor
Okay.
was not a sneak attack?
It was not a sneak attack.
Yeah.
So who knew about it?
The UK and the US.
So, but Japan didn't?
Well, they knew. President Roosevelt supposedly knew.
All right.
Supposedly that there was actually, I think somebody in the UK decoded the messages from Japan,
Okay.
and they knew the sneak attack was happening, and then
So the message took the longest way around.
well, basically the conspiracy is FDR really was sympathetic to Europe and really wanted to get into the war beforehand.
But what side? You said with Europe.
Oh, sorry.
Germany's part of Europe.
Yeah, that's true. Like UK and...
Okay. So on the Allies, not
Allied
as the
side.
Axis.
But he didn't really have a good reason to get into it because the U.S., nothing really has gone on with the U.S. And when this message came across, they knew it was going to happen. They didn't put up a fight or get defenses because they wanted to be able to use that Pearl Harbor as it was a huge deal into propelling the U.S. into the conflict.
Okay.
So, I mean, it wasn't like he caused Pearl Harbor, but it was like, well, he didn't let him know to prepare.
But I mean, not every message goes to the president. Like if you're a general, you're like, ring, we might have an attack.
Yeah.
Put soldiers on alert. And then Roosevelt's like, cancel that.
Right. And the counter to that argument is they would get messages frequently-ish, like, potential attack. And then the whole West Coast is on alert. I mean, you can do that, but it's only...
I mean, we've been on alert with China for a long time now.
And if
helicopters flying back, military...
weather balloons flying across the country.
Well, no, those are acceptable. Until they cross and collect all the data, then you can shoot it down. But don't use a cheap $3 round. Use a missile to show your strength.
Make sure it's over the water so it has somewhere to...
Well, I mean, who cares about fisher safety? But just imagine if that balloon over Alaska would have landed on a bear or an endangered moose.
What if it landed on a suckerfish?
Well, usually they can swim down once it hits water, it slows down.
You know how endangered suckerfishes are.
Well, those are usually in the streams, right? Not in the deep blue sea
all
ocean.
Streams go to the ocean.
True, but...
I'm just really worried about those suckerfishes. So there is a GoFundMe down below for the suckerfishes.
No.
Hey, we are pirates. That's how we plunder.
Yes, and there'll also be a link for an award that you can do. All you have to do is give us one or 100 cryptos or whatever. Like, say you give us one Ethereum. We'll give you 10 instead. Link below, scam all around.
There'll be those little.
But the suckerfish will be above just to show our priorities.
Hey, we'll just give 1% to the suckerfish and 99% to our nonprofit. Because we're.
Well, I don't want to get canceled with saying on who that would be like, but.
That's next week's conspiracy theory. No, but I think overall, going back to just cryptos, the rest of this month through November will be a very interesting and into December is because generally speaking, December during the beginning of bull runs is usually a pretty volatile in the green with all this FUD coming out with Binance, and I heard another one, I think Kraken.
Okay.
There might be cracking down on the Kraken. Watch out! Oh man, but so I think they're almost propelling a lot of this FUD to try to suppress it a little bit. And the Dogecoin, the moon launch that we talked about last week,
Yeah.
supposedly still on track for December 23rd.
Still on track. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Oh, talking about that, is the procrastinator still on track with the Cybertruck?
From last I heard, yes. So the
Beautiful.
end of November.
Cool.
30th?
So you better sign up now for your Cybertruck so you can get it when they're all finished with all of them. And you'll have the money, though. You'll have
there
the money.
you go. So you're saying put your money, or put your deposit down, pre-order Cybertruck.
Yeah, your $100 or what, it might be more now, I don't know, but
Put 1,000 into Dogecoin, let it lift off, sell it, and then buy a Cybertruck.
might need more than 1,000.
It pays for itself, folks.
Right. At least the down payment.
When 1,000 goes back to 100.
Yes. And back. So many rides end in the same spot. It's a roller coaster theme park.
It's a hockey stick recovery and fall.
And fall.
Oh man, but yeah, please like and subscribe. Join our YouTube page. We have an Instagram page too under Conspiracy Crypto Pirates. We are on X.
X.com. What is X?
Other known as Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So and we are Conspiracy Crypto Pirates on all the socials. So join, like, subscribe, and become a scallywag like us. Join us.
Join the rebels.
And we will sail the 7 seas together.
Most definitely.
Until next time. Ahoy.
Pirates' life is a wonderful, the Jolly Roger's amazing flag. Oh, hello folks, come here, come closer. Conspiracy Crypto Pirates is a new show that has really hit the interwebs and it's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait for you to join. So please like, subscribe, join all the social medias. We've got X.com, we got YouTube, we got Instagram, we got it all. So like, subscribe, do all that thing. Arr!